Hey, it's another edition of the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive. Who brings you more? Who better than PWR? More of us answering your emails, and these are some doozies today, so be sure to keep tuned in. This is the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive.
Number one since 1998 on television, ESPN Radio, and the World Wide Web, this is the Pro Wrestling Report with your hosts, the man they call Meathead, Frank Cosentino, and Damian Nelson. Professional wrestling news, opinion, and information from fans for fans.
Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive. Damian Nelson sitting alongside with the Citrus King himself, the man they call Meathead.
Captain
And this is the regular, normal weekly edition of the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thanks to all of you who tuned in to the radio show on 540 ESPN just last Monday night. Streaming live at PWRshow.com.
We're trying to get that show under control, but seriously, the room is
it's under control. And we announced our guest host for next week, actually. We have a guest host on the Pro Wrestling Report next week. Al Snow, the guest host of the Pro Wrestling Report, coming up Monday night, February 15th. You better start reading up on some websites and some... Maybe you want to borrow my WWE encyclopedia? Because Al may own.
Al may own. You're absolutely right. Al may own, but I'm still going to be me.
Of WWE. I'm sorry, of PWR.
Where are you?
Well, they have guest
How
hosts
old
on
is
Raw.
this cheese is what I need
Also,
to ask you.
what I was going to say is on February 15th, Monday night, Jerry Springer is the guest host of WWE Raw. I just got my words mixed up a little there. And we'll start fighting like Springer if you want to bring it. Jonathan May from Macomb, Mississippi sends in our first email of today. And he says, TNA impressed me the night they went head-to-head with WWE with some of the big names that returned, Jeff Hardy and Sting. I've been watching since that episode and have yet to see either of them wrestle once. TNA matches are fast-paced and entertaining, but I don't think the storylines could get any cheesier. Overall, TNA is just kind of mediocre. Then on the flip side, WWE hasn't impressed me much as of late either. The only thing SmackDown has going for it is Morrison, Ray, The Undertaker, and Raw, for the most part, has been...
Whoa. CM Punk and his straight edge society.
This is Jonathan's opinion.
Okay.
And Raw, for the most part, has been mediocre as well. I am just completely dissatisfied with what wrestling has become lately. I hope the storylines get better soon on both brands, and the action, especially on WWE, gets more entertaining. That's Jonathan from Macomb, Mississippi.
Jonathan, you're missing out on the straight edge society. The bearded one comes down from the mountain and shaves heads. But his promos are amazing. Amazing. The psychology involved in his promos, they're just... I guess maybe you're not buying into it, or maybe it's just something that you haven't, hooked onto yet, or something that you're tired of, but CM Punk's promos are unbelievable.
TNA is... they've got some cheesy storylines here, according to Jonathan.
Well, once again, speaking of cheese and, beer and whatever else the nasty boys are eating, once they're off TV, it'll get better.
I just hope you have the cojones to say these things to Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sags when they come and be our guest on the Pro Wrestling Report
You know
on
what?
540 ESPN.
I've
Number one professional wrestling
I've
broadcast
always
radio
got-
show in the world.
I've always got the cojones. I may get owned by else.
You're least, because different people, it's the terms.
I may get owned by whoever comes out, but I'm always going to be me. Always.
Sometimes me has to change.
No. MEAT.
Thank you for that email from down in the South, Mississippi, Jonathan. Let's go on now to Clarks Summit, Pennsylvania. This is from Thomas out in Clarks Summit, Pennsylvania. I'm writing in regards to the comments you made about the fans of TNA reacting to Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff coming in and shaking things up. I was wondering if you feel that the TNA wrestling fans are justified at all for being upset with the product as of late. I, for one, don't mind change as long as it benefits TNA stars and the product as a whole. I was very against removing the six-sided ring. It distinguished TNA from any other competitor out there, and it was critical for the high-flying aspects of TNA stars. I feel the Knockouts division is being seriously underused in TNA as of late. I'm sure you have addressed some of these areas before, but I was hoping you could comment further. Tom, point by point, as far as fans being justified for being upset with where the product is as of late, yes, because it's a lot less focus on the stars that they invested a lot of emotional capital in, I guess you can say. And they may not be getting it right now. And it takes a while for change to take, whether it takes good or takes bad. And I
Take them
think
both,
the
and
fans,
there you have.
the TNA hardcore fans especially, are justified and to a degree, but I think they need to give it a little more time. To that point, meet it.
You're absolutely right. Again, I can understand. Let's say, for example, Christian, who I'm a fan of. I don't know how you feel about him. I don't know how.
Unless he's on his own.
Okay, Christian, love the guy. I actually have some emotional investment in Christian, the character. But you know what? He seems to get shat upon because he's buried on a TV show that is just kind of.
We are on broadcast television, national TV, and you just swore.
I said shat.
That's the same
No,
thing.
it's not.
How not?
May I get you your
Cal
dictionary?
did you see Cal run out of the room?
Yeah.
Because he's got to go. Now we got to mark that and beep it. You're fired.
Anyways, as I was saying,
I wonder if you're
before
over
I was
tomorrow.
so rudely interrupted.
You swore at all of our
That is
thousands
not.
of listeners and viewers. All ladies and gentlemen, I, as the producer of this program, would like to apologize for the behavior of the man they call Meathead. Where's your orange? Because done. Relinquish. Done.
Can I finish my opinion?
Oh, go right ahead. Here we go with that again.
So as Christian has had that happen to him,
Crapped on? That's all you had to say.
regardless, it doesn't matter. It's like if I were to say arse.
That's different.
No, it's not. But anyways, I digress. The fact that you have that emotional investment into Christian and you see him not get the prevalent TV time, you feel a little hurt. Kind of like the Ric Flair retirement. Again, you and I both agree from WrestleMania 24 and the Raw after, we bought in. We
Yep.
wrestling marked
It took a lot.
for that event.
Yep.
And you feel a little,
Crapped
slighted.
on?
You feel a little slighted. So yeah, I can understand that right now TNA with Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff, and as it comes full circle into what he asked, yeah, I can understand where the people that were invested in your Christopher Daniels, were invested in your Motor City Machine Guns and those other X Division stars are a little upset right now. They were invested in the six-sided ring.
Speaking of the six-sided ring, I don't think it had anything to do with the high-flying aspects of TNA stars.
That part I don't agree with either.
No, it was never used.
I will tell you though. Sorry for interrupting you. I will tell you what has to go is the WCW-ish ramp. That ramp is terrible.
Until Bam Bam, which won't happen, of course, gets slammed through it, it should be there to stay.
That ramp is terrible.
It was fine when WCW used it.
No, it wasn't. It was terrible. It was terrible when ECW used it. It was terrible. 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 When they get rid of that and keep
What's so wrong with it?
Because
Should they have a little ramp like WWE?
no, they should have the ramp. They should have the entranceway the way they have it now. Just get rid of the being up above the ring. You need to walk to the ring, walk up into the ring.
Here's what the ramp allows, though. More people. Which was a goal of theirs, to get more people in.
Just move the ramp, and then you got the walkway.
Right, but the walkway barricades people. You know how fans are sometimes.
I got you.
Like when I walked down that one time, it was like,
Unfortunately,
Ed
it
Pat
was
Patterson on one side, Joe Briscoe on the other.
closed for business. They were escorting you.
Final point, the Knockouts division being seriously underused in TNA as of late.
Currently, yeah. They give you a little. It's not that they don't give you matches. They give you a tag match and then they give you a female match, but it just doesn't seem like it's got any pop to it right now.
Thank you for that email, Thomas, from out in Pennsylvania. Let's go over to the UK, across the pond, where I'd love to be. Mark L. sends this in. When do you think DX will break up, and do you think HBK could fight Triple H at WrestleMania?
That's something I was predicting back in October, November. I still think there's a chance of that, not HBK Undertaker. I think that it's not a good chance. It's not a 75, 80%, but I think there's a 25% chance that still might happen. That it goes HBK, Triple H.
It's been a while since we've seen those two work a program together, and they had some great matches in 2002.
What I was mentioning before when I kept predicting that was going to happen was this time it would be HBK that would turn on Triple H, and HBK would be the heel versus because that SummerSlam match that they had, the street fight, it was Triple H that was the heel, and HBK came in as the face.
Thank you, Mark, for that email from across the pond over in the UK. Let's go now let's stay in the UK, Birmingham, England. David Jackson sends this in. And this is directed at me.
Okay.
Damien, that's me. Now that your guy for 2010...
Wait, do the quote thing.
Now that your guy for 2010 recently won the TNA Global Championship at a show in Cardiff, Wales. Where do you see him going from here? You know, I gotta say, ever since I first said that Rob Terry was the next big thing,
What you guys don't know,
I
as the
knew.
curtain comes back, I made that up.
I knew that he would be a big star. I knew that his
No, just
time, while
big.
be it brief, in WWE, he was part of developmental there. His training by the Dudleys, I knew that he would be something. He had that look. He had that certain something. And now to be the TNA Global Champion, what's next? Maybe world champion down the road. Who knows? Rob Terry's a superstar. Just saying.
You can go back to any of our shows from the '09 and hear Damien consistently say, I never said that.
No. I never said that.
Fair enough.
Thank you for that email. Let's go now to our final email of the day, and that's from David Martinez. I just wanted to know, honestly, do you think The Undertaker is or will be retiring in the next couple of years? And if yes, how long do you go? Start the clock.
Well, Undertaker's semi-retired now, only because of his very light schedule. And don't get me wrong, we love you, Undertaker. Thank you for all you've done for us. I mean, you've been the consummate professional.
I hate The Undertaker, right?
Yes, that you have said.
I just trying to keep up.
See, I'm going to take that little piece right there, edit it, boom, got it. Undertaker's probably got about a year to 2 left. I'm going to quote David Hero. He'll probably make it to 20-0, and that's it.
Thank you for that email, David Martinez, and you can send us your email at pwrshow.com. That's the website. We'll be back with a brand new edition. We're still cleaning out the emails. They just
Pumping
keep
them out,
coming, and
pumping them out.
That ain't a complaint. We appreciate it, and we appreciate your engagement, especially via the website at pwrshow.com.
My engagement or your engagement?
And if you don't hear your email read on air, that may mean either it was just simply not selected, or we may be getting to it sooner than later. So keep them coming, as Casey and the Sunshine Band sang about. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new edition of the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive. So to play us out, we'll see you tomorrow on the Pro Wrestling Report Interactive.